Hello and welcome back to Bravely Default 2 with Wraith and Shade. I'm Wraith, say hello Shade.
Shade.
And we are in Savalon. We have just picked up the Prince, who is going to be accompanying us for a little while. We have a couple more uh, side quests to pick up.
Someone, please! You must help!
What's the matter, sir?
The one-eyed creature. It attacked us.
A one-eyed creature?
Yes, I escaped and came to seek help, but my friend is still in danger. Please, you must help him.
We would be glad to. Would we not?
Yeah, of course.
You would?
Just leave it to us. You go tell the city guard about what happened, okay?
Very well. And thank you.
It sounds as if we need to hurry.
He'll be fine. After all, we've got another side quest to pick up. Ooh, a party chat. Oh, yes, this one is fun.
Crikey, these snacks I've got are good. Yeah, couldn't help yourself, huh? You kidding? I can't pass a stall and not buy something. Don't suppose they fancy a skewer, do you, Prince Castor? They're a credit to your kingdom, I must say. I'd recommend that... Do not presume to speak to me. We are not friends. Hold on, pal. You're the one who asked to come along with us. I offered to accompany Princess Gloria. The commoners who trail her in her wake are of no interest to me. You know, Elvis isn't actually a commoner. His family's kind of a big deal. The idea that this man is any consequence at all is laughable. No person of quality would indulge in filthy street foods. Just look at him licking his fingers. Ugh. But you are a noble, right, Elvis? What does it matter? I'm a connoisseur of tasty treats, that's all you need to know. Now why don't you just admit that you fancy a nibble, your highness? Heaven knows how they get this coating so crispy. I do not want a nibble, and certainly not of anything you have mauled in such fashion. Please do not bother me again. Prince Castor? Did you not hear what I said? You're going the wrong way. But then why did you not tell me so? You're the one, your highness.
And then this guy pisses me off. It is so sad, a real tragedy. Young people today have no interest in books, but I cannot get enough. There is always something new to learn. Sadly, I have read all that I possess. Please bring me a nice new book.
But yes, you have to fetch like 6 different books because he's read all the ones you bring him.
No, I only have to fetch one, but his attitude, his condescension towards me when I bring him his book is ridiculous.
Whoa. I never expected to see a fountain like that in the middle of the desert.
Me neither. Talk about decadent. Not that I mind a little luxury, but you can have too much of a good thing.
Oofed. They spared no expense in decking this place out, that's for sure.
Prince Castor! To what do we owe this inestimable pleasure? Well, might I ask what brings you here, your highness?
Princess Gloria was taking a tour of the city. I thought it would be rude not to offer to accompany her.
Ah, the life of a prince is a hard one, is it not? But I am forgetting myself. Allow me to introduce Annie Hale. The rustic charms of her performing menagerie have been entertaining our clientele of late.
That's a beast master asterisk.
Yep.
I found her wandering the wilds, and it seems her upbringing was far from civilized.
The scar on your face says that civilized doesn't speak to you either, Bernard.
We haven't found it yet, but we will. You can be sure of that.
Oh, I do admire your optimism, but I can't help feeling that you'll never find it, no matter how hard you search. What would it take to convince you that it was not in Savalon, I wonder? An official edict to that effect from the prince, perhaps?
I doubt it. Not that I don't trust His Highness, of course, but I would prefer to confirm it for myself. After all, thieves have a habit of hiding things rather well, don't you find?
Well, then far be it from me to hinder you in your search. But please, do take care. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I can't wait to get the thief asterisk from him.
Well, no offense to our new friend, but I can't help thinking he's got something to hide.
Bernard's story is certainly impressive. He built the gaming hall and earned himself a place on the Council of Elders, and all in the space of a few years. There were certain rumors, of course, but what newly made man is not dogged by the chatterings of the jealous?
All the more reason to suspect him, says I. There's no smoke without fire.
Maybe that minstrel can tell us something. Orpheus, was it?
Couldn't hurt to ask. Is there anything you can tell us about him first, Gloria?
Well, if I were being kind, I might describe him as committed to his craft. If I were feeling less generous, I'd say he was a raving egomaniac.
Reminds me not to get on your bad side. But that's good to know. We might be able to use it to our advantage. Let's track him down and see, shall we?
But first, there is stuff to loot. So that chest I always found pretty easily. The next chest we're about to hit took me forever to find, and it pisses me off that it took so long to find it.
Good lord.
Right? And especially it's... Now that it's open, you can see it from the panoramic view, but before that... And I was sitting there going, okay, where are the chests? There is, of course, the one that is across the water that I cannot get to yet. And then I did finally find this one over here, which merely has a spear. I've got better. But yeah. But there's another side quest available now. Oh dear, what am I to do? That man of mine has gone off without his lunch. This is an annoying back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth quest. Because we bring him his lunch and then he goes, oh, where's my flask? So we come back and get the flask and we bring it to him. Oh, I can eat now, except where's my fork? So we come get his fork, bring it back to him, and then, oh, yay, my wife is so kind. Why can I not say that to her myself? Would you go say that to her for me?
It's him.
Orpheus, where are you going?
Whoa! Why are you trying to pin me down? I'm a seeker, man. A poet. I go where the muse takes me. Wherever the wind blows, whenever the spirit moves me, that's my destination, baby.
Uh-huh. So, where are you going?
I'm wasted.
I do like Annie Hall.
Anyway, I don't have to tell you anything. Ugh, you're impossible. Fine. I'm off to the sand-swept ruins to bring a certain very special story to an end. Go on, go running off to Bernard and tell him like I knew you will.
Okay.
I mean, her dedication to Bernard is misplaced, but...
Anybody that a true artist needs dedicated fans, but why does Bernard keep the kid around? Loyalty's good and everything, but that kind of puppy dog stuff could really cramp a guy's style.
What would you know about style?
Oh, look who
I mean, he does have peacock feathers in his cap.
Oh, she's the tragic princess of a long-lost land, and she cries a river while she stomps the sand. Will her crystal questing ever reach an end, or will she die for duty here without a friend?
What are you talking about? She's got 3 friends right here.
The sad ones. That's a classic in the making and no mistake. Oh, hey, Princess Gloria. I didn't see you there. Listen,
Bullshit.
I'm not Dash, but I'd love to talk to you sometime about what it feels like to lose an entire kingdom. It'd make one heck of a song.
He knew we were here.
He certainly did. And judging by his song, he knows something about the crystals too.
Do you not get the feeling he's leading us a little by the nose?
So what if
Of course he is.
No harm in playing along, right? Then, when we get the chance, we turn the tables and squeeze him for everything he knows.
Prince
I
Caspian,
like you, Adele.
do you know the place he mentioned?
Yes, the ruins are to the south of the city. I will lead the way.
No, I will lead the way. Besides, there are things we need to do before we go to the ruins. We're going to start with killing some goblin archers. Hey, hey, come back here. Oops, I forgot to hit the inn. Oh well. I should probably upgrade our gear too.
What's the plan? Yeah, I got another one.
Thank you, Prince Caster. Unfortunately, he's not as nice as... That is not what I meant to do. He is not as nice as Sir Sloan. He does not heal us at all. He has 2 offensive abilities, and that's all he does.
Allow me. Your tale ends here. I cannot be defeated.
Alright, do you have an archer with you?
There's no way we're losing this one.
Nope. That would be too easy.
Very well.
My might knows no bounds.
We must not grow complacent.
All right then. Yeah, I got another one.
Let me on to the next one.
Let us continue on our way.
Ah, there we go. I'm surprised it didn't clip into him before I swung the sword.
Come and get it. On to the next one.
All right then. Sorry, don't take it personally. I enjoyed that.
Let me see. We must not grow complacent.
Okay, so that was my 3rd goblin archer. There. Yeah, I don't care about you. Oh look, an Ahriman. That must be the one-eyed monster.
Get yourself to safety. We'll deal with the monster.
Thank you.
This must be the one-eyed creature that man was referring to. Well, its reign of terror is about to come to an end.
We won't be going easy on you.
And of course, he brought some friends along.
Naturally.
Oh, we haven't examined an evil eye yet.
Well then.
Naturally, they share the same weaknesses as the Ahriman. And they can cast too. Bloody brilliant.
That'll do nicely. Come and get her. Another one bites the dust. Did you see that?
Certainly did the trick.
Yep.
My father once told me that he too was attacked by an Ahriman while visiting these parts. King Orion himself came to his aid. That was the beginning of the close bond between our two kingdoms. Savalon was suffering from a severe drought at the time. My father offered to return the favor by trying to help solve the water shortage. And that was how the idea for a new network of waterways beneath the city was born.
No way.
The people of Savalon have always thought the Ahriman to be a harbinger of calamity, but that fortune smiles on whoever can defeat one.
I guess things are looking up for us then.
I certainly hope so. Now, let's get back to the city and make sure everyone got home safely.
Sure, but first... we've got some seashells to pick up. And there's a chest here that I keep forgetting about. Oh, and a Sahagin shield bearer.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
Ooh, and a couple Undines too.
Let me.
Good. Now I won't have to identify the Undine when it's part of a boss fight later. Oh, I should have attacked the Undine, since they're weak to swords. Oh well.
Let me see. I do like it when that happens.
That's nothing.
Here I go.
Good. Everything's weak to lightning.
There's more where that came from. Found your Achilles heel. Don't take it personally. Oh, did I hit a wrong nerve?
Well, please tell me that's only... it's both defenses. Great.
Away and boil your heat. Oh, another one bites the dust. Come and get her.
Not that it'll help it much.
Continue on our way.
Pretty seashell. And a Toxolotl. Okay, pretty seashells obtained. Oh? We're powerful enough to chase the Toxolotls away? Cool. I don't think I've actually faced one yet, though.
No way we're losing this one. What's the plan? Yeah! That was a good one.
Allow me. Wonderful. That counted for nice.
wanna see?
Come and get it!
Sorry, pal. Thought it was just a big bump, did you?
Ooh, killer ants. I want to examine them too.
We have the upper hand.
I like having every enemy examined.
Yeah.
Come and get it!
Also, I will say, like, when you use the staff, I appreciate that it's only slightly less, useful than the other weapons, as opposed to completely useless like it is in some
Yeah.
other RPGs.
Yeah. It still all comes down to the physical attack stat, which, of course, the Black Mage has a lower physical attack stat than, say, the Monk or the Freelancer.
Right.
But it's still able to do damage. Especially because when you think about it, staves are also highly useful with a Monk. Now, granted, I tend to use Bare Knuckle Brawler, so I am not using any weapon with my Monk, but it is still... Well, let me see... Monk... Toggle display... Yeah, you can see that a staff is A rank.
Yeah.
So... Okay, and now we need to head to Halcyonia. Don't worry, we're not staying long this time. We just
Although
need to
it-
drop off that dress.
A monk staff and a
Wizard staff.
completely different, yeah.
Generally. The gown is ready. Show me! Show me! Oh, it's simply marvelous. Just what I wanted. Everyone at the ball will be green with envy. Thank you so much for all you've done for me. You really are a gem. Excuse me. Ha! So the old boy in Savalon has you running errands for him, does he? Let me guess, he was going on about young people not reading, right? Well, the thing about him is that he might read a lot, but he never remembers a single word. I've lent him books he's read before, and he'll swear blind it's the first time he's seen them. Still, he loves to read regardless, and as long as he's happy, I don't think it's a problem. Alright, something new, is it? Here, this one will probably do. Even if I have lent it to him before, he won't remember. And now back to Savalon. Okay, so...
You're alive! Oh, thank the heavens.
We have been so terribly worried.
You saved my friend's life. How can we ever repay you?
Oh, don't be silly. It was our pleasure.
Forgive me, but are you Princess Gloria of Musa?
I am, yes. Have we met somewhere before?
Yes, Your Highness. About 5 years ago, you came to watch the soldiers practice their swordplay at the palace. I was among the ranks that day.
Sword practice. Oh, yes.
It was honor enough to be in your august presence, Your Highness. Little did I know that further honor awaited me. If I recall correctly, you were not content merely to watch and announced that you would participate. We soldiers were rather flustered. What if one of us were to injure a visiting royal? But you were not to be deterred, Your Highness. You strode out and immediately challenged the largest, strongest swordsman present and refused to back down.
Size is not everything when it comes to swordplay.
A member of the royal line must be prepared to fight on the front line should circumstances require it.
And any army would give its all with one such as you at its head, Your Highness.
We will ensure that all know it was by your hand that the Ahriman fell.
We are forever in your debt.
Yay, money. Oop.
Your dad took his death seriously, huh, Gloria? Sticking around to help build an entire waterway system to say thanks for being rescued from that Aramat was no small thing. He certainly always sought to do right by my people. He believed that one should always keep one's promises, and that one should never abandon a friend in need. So that's where you get it from. Well, I'd say you'd learn your lesson pretty well. I'll bet you spent your whole time growing up trying to be just like him, huh? I did. To be compared with him it's nice, thank you. Speaking of thank yous, your lad's parents not wrong. The Savalonians got one heck of a thank you from your old man. Yeah, I guess they went up with more than their fair share of good luck from that Araman. Speaking of which, we should be due for a slice of good fortune ourselves. Hey, look! What is it, Adele? I found a coin on the floor. Guess this really is our lucky day. Really? That's all we get? One poxy coin? Lucky day of my eye.
Okay, yes, we'll get your husband fed eventually. You did it! You got rid of those infernal goblin archers. Truly, I hit the bullseye when I asked for you for help, friend. Perhaps I can call on your aid again in the future? Ooh, an iron bow. That is much better than the short bow she's using. Much better. I probably should get her a staff, though. We'll see what's available at the shop when I get to them. Look at these shells. They are beautiful. My beloved will adore them, I am certain. Thank you so much. If the path of true love runs smooth, it will be all thanks to you. Naturally, I will tell her that I gathered them myself. You do not mind, do you? As long as you're paying. Whatever. Now here's the condescension. Ho ho! So this is the fabulous new volume he has sent me? Well, it may be somewhat slim, but my eyes know quality when they see it. Yes, just holding it in my hands, I can sense that the most profound truths about life will be revealed within its pages. Alas, being an empty-headed youngster, I fear its secrets will be beyond you, friend. But whatever your limitations, you succeeded heroically in doing as I asked. Perhaps when I have finished it, I will try to explain its contents to you in simple terms. You cannot wait, yes? Ho ho ho! Yeah, he's a bastard. But he gives me silver glasses, so... Let's see. Where are we at time-wise on this? 41 minutes. Plenty of time. Before I need to... Okay. So the Mithril Dagger is better than the Longsword, huh? The Iron Bow is the best thing I can get right now. Okay. So, lose quite a bit of physical attack to gain a little bit of restorative power. And she doesn't care about magic attack. Okay, so we'll stick with you on an Iron Bow. And I think... we will do that. Now, headband. Oh, he's already wearing one. And you don't have the Holy Mitre yet. Okay. Oh, I already have 2-star pendants. Okay, let's do some equipment management. Clothespin. You definitely want the star pendant. Let's give you the silver glasses. You... Sorry about this, guys. Actually, let's get 2 of those. Okay, that'll do for now. Okay, now, onward to the sand-swept ruins. Let's kill an orc on the way. Ooh! A wiki wiki. So the little glowing bird there is a wiki wiki, and it is the equivalent of a metal slime for people who know Dragon Quest. It is very hard to kill. It likes to run away, but if you can kill it, you get a lot of experience and job points.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Primordial forces consume you.
Yeah, 29 damage from Diraga. Hopefully Seth will move before the wiki wiki. Good, because special attacks tend to hit the wiki wiki pretty well. Yes! I wouldn't normally use the special attack in such a small fight, but the wiki wiki makes it worth it. So yeah, 900 experience and 100 JP for that small of a fight.
That was absolutely worth it.
Yep. Let's go ahead and camp.
And that was on a fight that you just did on a whim.
Yep. There is a reason I like to do fights on a whim out here, because I have seen wiki wikis more in the desert than anywhere else.
A great city once stood here, before these lands fell to the sand. War and deforestation laid waste to what was once green and pleasant. So the desert came to be. Our ancestors were foolish indeed. These sun-scorched sands are no place to make a life. If only there were water in abundance. How many times I've dreamed of it.
Prince Castor.
Forgive me. This is neither the time nor the place. We must focus on the task at hand, finding Orpheus.
Alrighty. Ooh, Diatryma.
It's not very difficult to find him. He's at the exact opposite end of this dungeon.
Yeah. Ugh. Restless Souls. These are the ones that take half damage from every weapon. I do believe I mentioned that earlier. Also, they're undead, so abilities that drain, like the Aspir attack that Elvis has that gets him mana when he does a physical attack, or the drain attack that Gloria has that heals her when she does a physical attack, they have the opposite effect when you use it on an undead.
Rude.
Yep. Well, because you're draining death instead of draining life. It's the only justification I can think of.
True.
Luckily, the Aspir attack doesn't drain much mana, so he doesn't lose much mana. But if I'm not careful, then Gloria can quickly wind up at a much lower health than I prefer.
Let us continue on our way.
Oh, that's right, it's not here. Oh, party chat. The Prince's Play.
Senswood ruins those are pretty old. They look like they've been out here falling to pieces for a long, long time. They are ancient indeed. One can almost feel the weight of history bearing down upon them. Spectacular performances were once held here, beneath the glow of the setting sun. Yes, I once read that the tragedies were in particular were renowned for their power. I commend you in all ways on the breadth of your knowledge, Princess Gloria. You really do know a heck of a lot. Oh no, not really. I've always been a rather voracious consumer of books, that's all. Sadly, I know more of the theater than I learned in the library back in Musa. I'm ashamed to say that I have never actually seen a play. Is that so, Your Highness? Well then. I shall have to arrange for a local troupe to perform for you at the palace. Thank you, Prince Castor. I should like that very much. But only once all the crystals have been restored to their rightful place, of course. Of course, the crystals continue to be our main priority. Forgive me for diverting your attention to the matter at hand. Ah, no romantic play-watching evening for you, Princey Pants. Romantic? I had no such thing in mind, Your Highness, believe me.
Really? That was close enough? Okay. Ugh. Okay, give me Elvis.
I have to protect myself.
I'm up, huh?
I love how they hold their arrow up as if that's gonna protect them. Also, as you can probably tell from their color, these Restless Souls are immune to fire. I made that discovery the hard way once. Entirely on accident, and I was doing it as an AoE, trying to strike something else in the battle. Ah, there's the terror element. The bastard.
There's more where that came from. There's more where that came from.
Allow me. We must not grow complacent. Another foe vanquished.
Alright, now will I be able to kill this one even through his default? Probably not. Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
No. Ooh, crit. That helps. The crit did it for us.
Well then.
Okay, so let's see. We need to come over here. Oh yeah, look at that big thing.
Ah, big ugly.
Yep. I get to fight a bunch of those later on in this dungeon. I like how it shows it to me ahead of time. Oh, wait, did I... Right. I missed this entrance. 3 mini ethers.
We have the upper hand.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be able to switch Seth and Adele to Monk and Vanguard, respectively, by the end of this dungeon. Which is why I'm making sure to fight. Because we still need about 700 JP.
Here I go.
I'll go ahead and have you take the Restless Souls so that Gloria doesn't have the Drain reverse on her.
Here I go. Sorry, pal. Hit him where it hurts.
Let me see.
Ugh, of course they both default.
Wonderful. That can't have been nice. We all have our weaknesses. We must not grow complacent.
Oh, what's next, I wonder? Alrighty! Eat sorcery! Hoo-ha! I had to Almighty Thunder! That'll do nicely.
Huh. Hardly worth the bother.
It is nice to have things running away from me instead of charging me in this place. I think that's because we're on easy.
Maybe.
Hit him where it hurts. Sorry, pal.
Allow me. Another foe vanquished. I do like it when that happens.
All right then. Yeah, I got another one. Too easy.
Because we're only, well, we are level 13. That is higher than my hard mode playthroughs were when they got here.
Fair.
Probably because of the grinding I did in Hydrangea Hills when you had to step away that one time.
Yeah.
Alright, there's a chest here with a glaive. Here's the hungry man. Ah, but wait, my lunchbox only? Where is my flask, I wonder? I hate to be a bother to you. Oh, shut the fuck up. You do not hate to be a bother. And yes, I'm going to do this right away because I hate having it hanging over my head.
We have the upper hand.
Dang, no wiki this time.
Such is life. Again, like metal slimes, they are very rare.
Your tale ends here.
Everyone okay?
Ah, yes, that tip screen was just telling us what I was telling you guys about the drain effects working backwards. His flask, but of course. How does this always happen? Here, one flask filled with delicious iced tea. Could I ask you to take it to him? Can you give me the fork while I'm here, please? Ah, there you are, and with my flask. Finally, it is time for lunch. Or at least it would be if I had a fork. Can I eat with my hands, perhaps? Forgive me, but could you ask my wife if she might be so kind as to send cutlery? Fork off. The enemy is feeling brave? Ha.
Another foe vanquished.
Everyone okay?
Monsters left behind some treasure, and I got distracted. Oh, good. Yeah, it's funny. You can have nearly everybody dead, and one person left with just a handful of health, and still, Prince Castor will just do lower magic defense. Or something stupid like that. Okay, and then at least this time, we can actually get back to exploring the dungeon. Because again, we'll still have to come back here. They have a matching pair of forks, how cute. For the quest, we'll still have to come back here, but I can do that after we're done kicking Orpheus's butt. I choose to wait. Because I would rather have solar powered than lunar powered in there.
Let's do this. Let me at 'em. Right on the money. That was a good one. Right on the money. On to the next one.
Here I go. Sorry, don't take it personally. I enjoyed that. There's more where that came from.
Ooh, the Undyne is probably immune to Blizzard. But I don't think the Orcs are immune to Thunder.
soft bits.
Totally meant to brave before doing that. Oh well. Let's get the Undone, because she has a healing skill.
Your tale ends here. We all have our weaknesses.
You better be ready for this.
Our quest must go on.
So I'll ask now, do you think you'll be up for another one after this? Shade, are you muted?
No.
Oh. There we go. We're getting close to where I'm gonna call it for this episode. Do you think you'll be up for another one? Or should I leave the dungeon to save?
Yeah, I think I only got one enemy today.
Okay.
We have the upper hand.
That...
Right in the soft bits. You didn't like that, did you? Ooh, right in the soft bits. Oh man, get it. On to the next one.
To arms.
What's the plan? Sorry. Don't take it personally.
Everyone okay?
Ooh, an Earth Mallet. Those are handy. There it is. Thank you so very, very much, friend. Now that was worth the wait. My wife makes me a nutritious, delicious packed lunch every single day. Without her love and support, I would be truly lost. But why can I say this to you, a perfect stranger, and not to the woman herself? Please, you must go to her and tell her thank you, and that I appreciate greatly all that she does for me. And at that, we are going to call it for today. We're just going to step outside so I can save. Thank you all for watching. Do the liking and the subscribing and the other YouTube things, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.